Hey everybody, have you taken your old toilet out and looked down and found out that it's just one big disaster? Or you bought a rental property and you look at your drain pipe and it just doesn't look like any one you've ever seen before? Well, some of these old ones get leaks, and because they're metal, they rust and break. And there's supposed to be two hooks right here that stick out so you can put your toilet down and screw it on. But there isn't anything left because it's so old and damaged. Well, I'm going to show you how to get a replacement kit to put on the top of this that comes with the bolts that you need and a wax ring to get right gate. I'm going to show you a new kit that comes with everything you need so that you can put it right on top of here, screw it right into your floor. If you have concrete, all you have to do is get some masonry bits, drill a couple of holes, and screw this thing right down in. If you have wood, go ahead and just screw it right down in as well of your wood floor and get right onto it. It's simple. We have the concrete floor, so I'm going to show you how to go ahead and screw that in and lag this thing in tight. And then all you're going to do is install your toilet regular. So don't call a plumber, spend $200-300 to fix this thing. I'm telling you, the drill bit is maybe 10 bucks and the part was 15, and I got everything. For $25, you could do it yourself. So this is just the generic piece that I got, the installation piece. And what we're gonna do here is I'm just gonna show you. This was $15. It's a no-name brand. And I mean, sometimes like you go to these big stores and they're selling just the wax ring. You just get this one thing without any hardware, just this, for 15 bucks. And I went on Amazon and got a generic kit and it came with the replacement ring. This is what you need, you know? And it gave us some nice extra hardware as well. So normally your toilet will have these two pieces sticking up here. Your toilet will have a ring on it and it'll have two pieces sticking up and it'll look like this. And then you put the wax ring on your toilet, or you place it here and then put the toilet down and then screw this on. And then once your toilet's on, they give you these nice little caps, and this is what these little things are on the side of your toilet. They're just covering up the bolts. Well, on the toilet I just showed you, it didn't have this at all. So this has all these different screw holes in it. So you can put this down, and then depending on your floor, wherever you need to, you can put a couple screws in here and then put these replacement pins in. And then there you go, mount your toilet. And for 15 bucks, we got the plate, the screws, the wax ring. It's even got some screws in here. So if you go straight into wood, you can just use the screw to go into the wood. If you want to go into concrete, then you drill the hole for the concrete and then put this rubber piece down in, and then you're going to put the screw into that. So if you ever want to change this, these pieces will still be in your concrete. You don't have to change them every time. You just unscrew it. You can pick your ring up, do whatever you want. If you're just changing the toilet or changing the wax ring, you just leave all this here and pull the ring out, change it how you want. But let's go mock this up. I want to put this over that piece of drain that's in there now so we can see if any of these holes fit the holes that are already in there, because it looks like someone had fixed that before. But we're just going to go for it and see what happens. If none of these holes fit, then I'm going to have to get my drill bit out, place this down, mark where I need to drill a couple of holes. I might do 1, 2, 3, 4. You don't need all 6 of these. 4 would be fine. I mean, even if I could just get 2 in the side, maybe 3, and that's good. And we'll go from there. So this kit came with a lot of stuff, 15 bucks. Don't be going to these big stores, Ace Hardware, Home Depot, Lowe's. All these big stores are ripping you off. They want 15 bucks for this and 15 bucks for this. And then you usually have to buy some of this hardware, hope it comes with your. All right, so this is the ring and I just quick spray painted it real quick to show you the difference of where you're supposed to drill and where you're not supposed to drill. Like I just did that for the viewers that have never done this kind of work before. So on this side, the bottom, you're gonna pick 2 of these 3, whatever you can fit in yours. And then you're gonna pick 2 of these 3. I should almost do them 2 different colors, but I only had a quick can of spray paint. And then you never mess with the long ones. You never drill in those because that's where you need your slider pin to go to. So we put one up here. Alright guys, I had to butt into this video real quick. So for my people that are doing cement, you're going to stay right here and finish watching all the way through this video because I'm going to show you what you need to do. But for my people that are just going into wood, right now I want you to fast forward to timestamp 14 minutes, 30 seconds, and you'll be right where we need to go to carry on. And then you have to have a hammer drill. You can't just do a regular drill because it doesn't move back and forth. This actually works differently than a regular drill. It does spin the same way, but it moves this way as well. If you don't have one, I bought this one at a cheap parts store, I think for 25 bucks, and I've had it for 3 years, and I actually use it. So, line this up, make sure you can see through all the holes. If you can't see through one of the holes, like there's a piece of metal or something there and you can't cut it off, try to move it just a little bit, but remember that where it's skinny, that has to be straight across where your 2 bolts are gonna be. So put your toilet down or make a little diagram where this one you can see where the toilet is. It bolts here and it bolts here. It has to be, you know, you can slightly move or a 1/4 of an inch, something like that, but that's about it. Then you're gonna center yourself and then you're gonna look. So I already had it where I need it. And then I'm gonna take a very small masonry bit. The masonry bits look different. You can't use a wood bit for this. It has to have that little shovel head on the bottom of it. But we'll go over that in the drill. I'll do a whole video for that. So we're gonna take this, make sure you put your ear protection on. And try to go straight through the hole without this moving. You could probably put a piece of tape and hold this down on. Pilot hole where we think it's going to be. And then you need some kind of little dust buster or small vacuum or something to suck all this stuff up as it's kicking out. You don't want to just keep throwing this concrete down in your drain. So then we'll just look at it, you know, and then line it up again. If that's your first hole, it doesn't really matter. But once you have one in, once you have a hole down, you should set it up and then put a screw partially in it where it's gonna be, you know, just to hold this in place so it can only move so much. That way you can drill a pilot hole, move this off, do the bigger bit, and then put this back and it's always perfect. So I'm gonna bring the camera down a little closer now. Don't be scared of the drain. You know, somebody's got to do this job, so, and then you can see exactly what I'm working with here. All right, so let's rewind a little bit. So we look for our pilot, and we do a little movement. We take it off. If you have a screw here, you're gonna have to just, you know, unbutt it a little bit or slide it to the side. Then you're gonna clean it out. So let's look at this one I did already. Let's get a real close up. Okay, so I did the pilot hole, real small one. And then I had to go to this bigger 5/16 because it was the size of this anchor. Now what I did here is I put a piece of tape to mark it so I wouldn't drill too far down. But remember, this is up a 1/4 of an inch. So I put this up to it. I put this up to it, and then I moved down a 1/4 of an inch, and that bottom of the tape is where that thickness of the lip is, approximately. I went down a little more to make the hole smaller because when I'm drilling, I'd rather put this in and out, you know, a couple of times because you're not going all the way in, and have it be, you know, almost flush, then drill a little, almost flush, hit it for a couple seconds. Too easy. You're doing this one time in your life. Just get it over with. Then go too far, and then this is down, and this, you want this to be all flushed together so it holds everything stable. I mean, you could go down a little farther and screw this in, but I'm trying to make it perfect so it's got more stability. And don't worry about the tile. We want to get the ring in first and get it mounted, this piece, before we put the toilet in or before we put any of this new tile on, so we know where to cut the tile as well. So we would change out the drill bit, the small one to the big one, and do it to the down to the tape. See where it goes down to the tape. And then we put the little plastic anchor in. Now it's okay, it's almost tight enough to grab it, and that's okay because once you put the screw down in there, it's gonna spread it, you know? So then I'm just gonna do 2 on this side and 2 on this side, and that's gonna hold this ring down. So I showed you how to use this. Let me get some work done, do a couple pilot holes, spread them out. We're gonna drop some anchors, and then we're gonna come back and tighten it up. So I just wanna quickly get this tip in. I know some people in the comments are gonna be like, once you put that anchor in, it should stick there. No. Watch this. We're gonna do an experiment together right now. So this is how thick the drill is, the roundness, right here. Like this, 5/16, right? Now watch, it's like a magic trick. When you put this down here, watch. I'm holding it this way, pinching it. I'm not holding it to make it open, you know? It has just doubled in size. Now I'm squeezing it as hard as I can squeeze it. You see I'm bending it in the bottom? So once you get it through to the plastic, let's say that the plastic is about that thick. This thing has doubled in size. Look at it. So it was that, and now it's that. So don't worry about, oh, he can pull the thing in and out. Yeah, the screw's not in there yet, so let's just roll with it. So I got my one screw in just a little bit to hold it in place. I drill my 3 pilot holes. Take my placement screw out. Move my ring. Vacuum up my stuff. Now I can see where my 3 pilot holes are. You know, we've got this one done. We've got one right next to it, one right here, and one on the other side. I couldn't get one here and one here, so I had to do 2 on this side and 2 on this side, like I said. Now, we're gonna go ahead and switch out our drill bit to our actual drill bit size of the anchor. So it's, you know, and now we're gonna hit them bigger. All right, so this time at the video right here, this is where the wood people are gonna jump in. The wood people can just put the plate down on top of the wood. They don't have to cut the anchors and stuff that the cement people had to. So at this point, you can just pick 2 on this side, 2 on this side, take this and screw it in, you know? and then another, and then here, and then here, and you guys are good to go. So, all you had to do, the wood people, is take off the old one or wherever it's broken or however it is, put the new one on, line it up, and get ready. Get them in. Now with us, with the cement people, since we have anchors, we can just do it by hand. Just don't make sure you don't drop it down in. So with the anchors, I do them all just a little bit, almost hand tight. And then I go over and give it a little snug because I don't want it to be cocked to one side. Wood people, you don't have to worry about that because it's already flat on the wood, or should be. So now that we're secure, we all need to be able to put these pins in and get it ready. So I'm just gonna put the pin in here, and then I'm gonna lay the bottom of the toilet on so you can see what it looks like. But this is only how to do the bottom of this piece. Now this did come with a ring, but you're gonna put that ring on the bottom of your toilet. I'm not gonna put the ring on now because I'm not ready to install. I just wanted to get this piece in so we can clean the floor. But I'm gonna go ahead and put the base of the toilet on just so you can see where these 2 bolts are gonna stick through now. Now, these are the bolts that you're gonna put in. They have this funny looking foot, and it'll slide into the larger piece and slide to the smaller, and then you can move it around a little bit. Now, if you have a high toilet base, you can use the full bolt. If you have a low toilet base, you can cut it right here where the partition is, excuse me, I have aphasia. And you can cut it right here where the partition is and knock this whole headpiece off. All right, so I got one in over here, but I'm gonna show you how to put it in. Now it has a funny little foot here on the bottom, and that'll only go in this larger piece. And then you're gonna slide that back, and then I put a washer on it, and that helps it to stay more straight up. Now you wanna line up these smaller gaps where this ends up across from each other wherever the toilet's gonna go. So if your toilet goes this way, you wanna go the opposite way, 90 degrees. You know, a 90 here and a 90 here. You don't wanna go parallel with the toilet, you wanna go perpendicular. So now that we have the 2 locks in and this is locked, I got my wood people screwed in and I got my cement people screwed into the anchors. Now we're gonna grab the base of the toilet. I'm gonna slide that over. Then once we do, we're gonna put this locking nut on, and then we can put the little cap things on. But I'm only gonna show you that the toilet fits now with these new locks. If you wanna learn how to install a toilet, you're gonna have to go to my other video on how to install a toilet. All right, so let's give it a once over. So down here now is this piece that you put through, and the other one sticking out the other side for this new toilet. And we didn't put the wax ring in yet, but if you're going to install the toilet, put the wax ring on the bottom of the toilet and mush it on there a little bit, and then flip it over and put it on here. And when you line these 2 bolts up, push it straight down, you know, sit on it or whatever, put some weight on it, try to mush it, and then you can install the rest of your toilet. So just like that, you can cut the top off, and then now you have a smaller stud. It has an indentation to tell you where to cut it, so it's a little thinner, it's very easy. No sparks came off, but I always use my proper ear protection and eye protection. And this is the little piece that we cut out. Just that little piece. But now we can get the cap on, and then you're done. So this bottom ring, when I had to do my first one, like the very first time I took a toilet off to change it, and this bottom ring was messed up, I was like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? I don't know how to do these big pipes, and like, how do I get this metal? And like, you don't have to worry about any of that. I was so nervous. Like,
I didn't even know about YouTube years ago to look and how to figure out how to do something like this. But I'm telling you, you can do this stuff on your own. It's kind of simple. I hope this builds your confidence and helps you out, saves you a couple bucks. If you like these videos, these DIY projects, and you're saving some money, if I saved you some money, then do me a favor, give me a like and a subscribe, hit notifications all, because I'm doing windows, doors, all kind of stuff for the house. We fix laptops, we do all kind of DIY projects and recycling to save you money. So it really helps us out to be able to try to get monetized so we can buy some new tools and stuff and put out some better videos. So thank you all, God bless. I hope this built some confidence and saved you some money, and have a great day.